Godzilla has faced some seriously epic monsters over the years. Alien dragons, toxic sludge beasts, and even robotic versions of himself. But which ones truly stand out as the most iconic, terrifying, or just plain cool? Get ready, because we're counting down the top 10 Godzilla monsters, and trust me, you won't believe who claws their way to number 1.
Top 10 Godzilla monsters. Number 10, Mothra. Now this one's not your average monster. Mothra's not here to destroy cities, she's here to protect the planet. First showing up in 1961, she's a giant divine moth and one of the few kaiju that actually fights for humanity. That's why fans call her the Queen of the Monsters. She usually starts out as a giant caterpillar, then transforms into her full adult form with massive, colorful wings. And yeah, she can fly at supersonic speeds, blast out reflective scales, shoot silk, and even blind her enemies with a flash of energy. She's graceful, but don't let that fool you. She's a serious powerhouse. Over the years, she's gone up against Godzilla, teamed up with him, fought King Ghidorah, battled Rodan, and even took on Gigan. In Godzilla, King of the Monsters, she straight up sacrifices herself to power up Godzilla. And it's honestly one of the best moments in the entire Monsterverse. Mothra is almost always introduced with a pair of tiny twin priestesses who sing to summon her. It's weird, it's magical, and it totally works. Also, she's one of the only kaiju that's clearly female, and fans love her for that. She's powerful, beautiful, and she's been saving the world for over 60 years. Mothra might be number 10 on this list, but she's number 1 when it comes to pure heart. Number 9, Anguirus. This guy is old school. Anguirus was the first monster Godzilla ever fought way back in 1955. But what started as a brutal rivalry actually turned into one of the best monster team-ups in kaiju history. These two went from enemies to battle bros really quick. Anguirus looks like a giant spiky armadillo mixed with a dinosaur, covered head to tail in sharp, bone-crushing armor with a roar that could rattle windows. He fights dirty, biting, charging backwards to slam opponents with his shell, and digging underground to pull off sneak attacks. In some versions, he even curls into a ball and rolls like a living wrecking ball. He's not the strongest monster on this list, but what he lacks in powers he makes up for in pure toughness. He's tanked by heat rays, taken on King Ghidorah, and got his jaw broken by Mechagodzilla, but he never stays down. And here's a fun fact. His roar was used in Street Fighter II and Super Metroid, so even if you've never seen him, you've probably heard him. Number 8, Rodan. This guy doesn't walk into a fight. He dives in at Mach speed and leaves a shockwave behind him. Rodan is basically a living fighter jet with wings made of destruction. He's loud, fast, unpredictable, and somehow even more dangerous in the sky than Godzilla is on the ground. Rodan showed up for the first time in the 50s, and ever since he's been a volcanic nightmare. We're talking magma for blood, armor that can tank missiles, and wings so powerful, just flapping them wipes out entire city blocks. And when he's not busy destroying stuff, he's either fighting Godzilla or teaming up with him to take on something worse. In King of the Monsters, they cranked the chaos up to 11. He erupts out of a volcano like a fire demon and takes on multiple jets at once. And the way he folds mid-air into that spinning dive attack, instant classic. Number 7, Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is like Godzilla's evil space clone, but way cooler and way more dangerous. Picture this. After a battle, some of Godzilla's cells got blasted into space, where they mixed with alien crystals and mutated into this cosmic nightmare. This monster isn't just about brute strength. He's smart, tactical, and packs some serious powers. His crystal spikes aren't just for show, they fire deadly energy beams that can slice through anything. Plus, he can create giant crystal towers to trap enemies and even absorb energy to heal himself. He's got telekinesis too, meaning he can pick up and toss monsters like toys. Oh, and he can float around the battlefield like some kind of space wizard. In his movie, he shows up in Fukuoka, builds a crystal fortress, and drags Godzilla into a fight by kidnapping little Godzilla. Talk about playing mind games. Space Godzilla isn't just another kaiju. He's a cosmic force of destruction with a plan and a mean streak. Number 6. Gigan.
Gigan is one of the wildest and unforgettable monsters in the Godzilla universe. Imagine a creature with buzzsaws for a belly and giant hook hands that can tear through anything. That's Gigan. He was sent to Earth by alien bugs with one mission: total destruction, and he doesn't hold back. He fires laser beams from his eyes and slices through buildings and monsters like they're nothing. But here's the thing, Gigan isn't just a mindless beast. He's smart and brutal, teaming up with other monsters like Megalon to cause chaos. And when he faces heroes like Jet Jaguar or Godzilla, the battles are intense and non-stop action. In Godzilla Final Wars, Gigan comes back, upgraded with sharper blades and a more terrifying look, making his fight scenes some of the coolest and fastest you'll ever see. If you love monsters that look fierce and fight even fiercer, Gigan is one you don't want to miss.
Number 5. Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla is a giant robot built to fight Godzilla. The first version appeared in 1974, created by aliens as a weapon to destroy Earth. It has missiles, laser beams, and a force field that blocks Godzilla's atomic breath. In the 1993 movie Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, humans build their own Mechagodzilla using alien technology. This version can electrify Godzilla with shock anchors and has a powerful weapon called the G-Crusher, designed to disable Godzilla's secondary brain. In the Monsterverse, Mechagodzilla is powered by King Ghidorah's skull. It has jet boosters for fast movement and fires energy blasts. When Ghidorah's consciousness takes over, Mechagodzilla nearly defeats Godzilla until Kong intervenes. Mechagodzilla combines alien tech and human engineering, making it one of Godzilla's most dangerous opponents. Number 4. King Kong. King Kong is one of the most famous monsters ever. He's a giant ape who lives on Skull Island, a mysterious place full of danger. He made his debut way back in 1933, and ever since, he's been reimagined again and again across generations. But no matter the version, the story stays powerful. A creature torn from his world, taken by force and pushed into ours, only to break free and fight back. In the early films, he's taken from his home and brought to New York, where he climbs the Empire State Building in one of the most iconic scenes in movie history. In the 2005 remake, we see more of his emotional side, especially his connection with Ann Darrow. That version added depth, showing Kong not just as a beast, but as a tragic figure. What makes Kong special is how human he feels. He's powerful, but he's also emotional. He protects, he reacts, he learns, and when he fights, there's always a reason behind it. If you've only seen him in posters or clips, you're missing one of the most iconic and layered monsters in movie history.
Number 3. Hedorah. Hedorah is one of the strangest and most dangerous monsters Godzilla has ever faced. He's not from Earth. He came from deep space, landed in our oceans, and started feeding on pollution. The more toxins he absorbed, the bigger and deadlier he became. He's got multiple forms. First, he's like a giant tadpole swimming in sludge. Then, he crawls onto land, grows limbs, and turns into a walking pile of toxic waste. At one point, he even takes flight, spreading acid mist that melts people and buildings instantly. His body is made of sludge, so physical attacks don't really work. Godzilla's atomic breath doesn't do much either. The only way to stop him was to completely dry him out. What makes Hedorah different from other monsters is that he represents pollution itself. The film came out in the early 70s when Japan was dealing with serious environmental problems, and Hedorah was a warning, showing what could happen if the planet kept getting poisoned.
Number 2. King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is called king for a reason. 3 heads, 2 tails, massive wings, and 1 goal: replace Godzilla at the top. He doesn't come from Earth. He crashes into the planet like a living meteor, bringing chaos with him. Each head fires gravity beams, golden energy blasts strong enough to drop Rodan and wipe out Mothra in seconds. He flies faster than a jet and creates storms just by moving. But Ghidorah doesn't just destroy things, he commands. In Godzilla King of the Monsters, his roar wakes up every Titan on Earth, and they all follow him. That's how powerful he is. Even when Godzilla fights back, it's not enough. Ghidorah takes a direct hit from the atomic breath and keeps going. He even grows back a severed head after absorbing energy from a power plant. In the end, Godzilla has to go full nuclear just to win.
Ghidorah appeared in over half a dozen films, from his debut in 1964's Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster to Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and more recently, the MonsterVerse movies like King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, where his skull is used to create Mechagodzilla.
Number 1. Destroya. The most brutal, terrifying monster Godzilla has ever faced. Destroya.
This thing wasn't born in space. It wasn't created in a lab. It came from the Oxygen Destroyer, the same weapon that killed the original Godzilla back in 1954. The weapon was meant to end everything, but it created something worse. Tiny creatures at the bottom of Tokyo Bay mutated after being exposed to it. Over time, they evolved. They started fusing together, and what came out wasn't just one monster. It was a living nightmare that changed form, adapted, and killed anything in its way. By the time it reached its final form, Destroya had wings, a massive horn that worked like a laser blade, and a body strong enough to lift and slam burning Godzilla. That fight in Godzilla vs. Destroya is unforgettable. Destroya's body is melting down. He's literally about to explode. And even with all that power, Destroya keeps coming. Destroya only appeared in one movie, but that was all it needed. The story, the design, the fight, everything about this kaiju felt final. Like an end boss. Like the last thing standing between Godzilla and total collapse. And that's why he's number 1. And that wraps up our list of the top 10 deadliest kaijus. Which one's your favorite? Or did we miss someone you think should have made the cut? Let us know in the comments. We're always reading what you have to say. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome movie and series countdowns, and tap the bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.